Hello, this week we're going to be making a simple melee system. Just so you don't have to go looking around for things, here are the assets that we're going to need to have open. They are the third person character, our animation blueprint Manny. This is a weapon that I'm going to be using, it's just an asset from the Infinity Blade pack. The skeletal mesh for Quinn, and some animations that I've baked over from a Paragon caricature. First we're going to start off by adding a weapon to our character. So start by previewing our attack animation. Don't forget to pause it, and then we can find our hand bone. And then we will add a socket to it, and we can start previewing our asset, which will be our sword. And then we just need to move it into place to something we're happy with. Now that we have that, let's add that sword to our character. Start off by selecting our character mesh, and then adding a new skeletal mesh, and setting it to our sword. And then we can set our parent socket to the one we just made. And now let's add a collision box to this sword, and scale it to fit around the blade. And then we can call the overlapping event. For now, we're just going to print a string to see if it's working. To make sure the damage only applies when we're hitting someone, we can add a branch here. And make a boolean called allow damage. If that's true, we can call apply damage. The damaged actor will be our other actor. Now to trigger the attack, we're going to use the right mouse button and make a ball called isAttacking. And we can set that to true. Moving into our content browser, we're going to need to make a new animation notify state. I'm going to call mine ANS attacking. Let's go to our functions and overwrite our notify begin. And off our mesh component, we're going to get owner, and then we're going to cast to our third person character, and we're going to set allow damage to true. Now let's overwrite our notify end. We need the same nodes, so let's copy and paste them over and set our allow damage to false. Now, next jump over to our attack animation and right click in the timeline and add a new notify state of the type attacking notify. Now we can adjust the start and end points to something that we're happy with. I'll come back later on and adjust mine more. Now let's slide into our animation blueprint. Let's swap our cast to character for a cast to third person character. And change our character reference to a third person reference as well. Once we have that, we can add a new pin to our sequence and drop in our character reference and then get our is attacking boolean and just promote that and then plug this into the new pin. Then over in the animation graph, we can copy our locomotion and cache pose and rename them to upper body. Now clear out everything after the main state, leaving the output pose, and then we can cache the main state as well. When that's done, we can open up the upper body state and swap the idle animation for our idle with a sword, and then our walk run animation for our walking with a sword animation as well. Next in the animation graph, we're going to call our layer blend per bone. The base pose will be our main state cache. And the blend pose will be our upper body. Then select our layer blend, and under layers, let's open this up. And the bone name will be right arm underscore R. Make sure you spell it the same way as it's written in the skeleton. Really quickly, we can jump back into our animation notify state, attacking, and on the end notify, we can get out our is attacking and set that to false as well. This will stop a problem from occurring later on. Now, in the animation blueprint, let's add our attack animation state. Start by dropping our attack animation in and plugging it into both idle and run. The entry condition will be is attacking. And the out will be set to is attacking into a not bool. We need to do this for both idle and run. I forgot to turn on Mesh Space Rotation Blend and Mesh Space Scale Blend earlier. This should allow our animations to play a bit better, but I'm going to need to change my blend weight down to 0.9, and I'm going to set my starting pose to 0.1. This will need to be set differently depending on your animation. This is just what works for my animations right now. Moving on, let's have our character ragdoll when it's out of health. Start by adding the health variable. We just have to set it to our health minus the damage from any damage event, and then we can check if this is equal or less than 0. And if it is, then we can get our mesh and we can call set simulate physics and turn it on. And then we can call set physics blend weight and set that to 1. And lastly, call set collision enabled and set it to either collision enabled query and physics or collision enabled no query and physics. But with that done, this video is over, so don't forget to like and subscribe.